All right, boys and girls, today we're going to start by learning how to weave using strips of paper. Before we start, we obviously need to make sure that we have our first name, we also need to have our class code, so that way Mr. O'Callahan knows what class room you are in. Remember, your class codes will begin with the number 1 followed by the initial of your teacher's name. If you are in Mrs. Gross' class, your class code will be 1G. If you are in Mrs. Herden's class, you will be 1H. And if you are in Mrs. Calliard's class, you will be 1C. After you have your class code, you're going to go ahead and you are going to get an orange sheet of paper. And this piece of paper fits across your entire white piece of paper from the left all the way to the right. If you go too far to the right, it will be short on the left. If you go too far over on the left, you will be short on the right. So the guidelines are going to be very, very helpful in where the top of your paper should go and where the bottom of your paper should go, along with where the left and the right should line up. When we weave, the pattern that we are going to be using is just the under, over pattern, which will give us a white, orange color pattern. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 white squares. We're going to start by taking our orange paper and we are going to go under our white paper. We will find the hole after the first square and we want to go ahead and pull our orange paper so that way we have a long orange rectangle, a white square, and an orange square. So right now we have our under the white paper, over the white paper. We are going to keep repeating that pattern by going under the white paper, and over the white paper. So again, we went under the white, over the white, under the white, over the white. So our color pattern should be white, orange, white, orange. Before you go ahead and glue this down, please make sure that your white strip is not crooked, either going too far up or too far down. We want to make sure that our paper is lining up with our guidelines, and we want to make sure that our paper is not too far to the right or too far to the left. So our orange paper should fit perfectly with our white paper on the left and right, and it should also line up with our lines on the top and bottom. for gluing, we want to glue these down so that way the strips don't fall out after you have finished. So once you have the left and the right lined up, and you also have the top of your strip and the bottom of your strip lined up inside of your long rectangle, you're going to go ahead and you can fold the end over, and you will be applying glue on your final square on your white piece of paper. Please remember, when we glue, we dip just the tip. We turn and spin the brush so that it is not dripping. There is no reason to get glue all over your brush hairs or start getting glue on your metal handle. When we glue a shape, we go around the outside edge. If there are any globs, please be sure to go ahead and spread them out. After you've done the outside edge, go ahead and do an X in the middle. Remember, our paintbrush does not go back in the glue. We do not wipe the extra glue off on our cup. It can just go on our cardboard. And you will take your flap. You will push and hold for a count of 5, slowing your head. Rub around the edges. Followed by rubbing the X in the middle. Before we're done with this piece, we can go ahead and we will flip it. And we want to make sure that this piece is also glued down. So just like before, you will go ahead and you will fold your flap over. You'll grab your brush, dip just the tip, turn and spin your brush so that it's not dripping. You will go ahead and apply glue around the outside edge with an X in the middle. Your brush will go on the cardboard. You will fold back over, push and hold, count to 5, slow in your head. Rub around the edges. Rub the X in the middle. You can go ahead and flip it over. In your practice weave with 1 strip of paper, your under over is now complete.